Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Melly Moment. So here, I found this book. I know this crazy speech teacher gave to me while I was graduating high school. That so-called speech teacher, Sue Quas. It's another story, but I'm going to just read some Mad Libs, what I've created, and I'll recycle it later because I'm getting rid of things I'm not going to use anymore. So I want to get rid of that so-called crazy memory. Anyway, who likes Mad Libs? Yeah, I do too. Okay, so we got final exams. I'm so nervous about taking my final exams. They're going to be so long. Can you believe that I have two of them? I'll have to skip for 3 hours. I think I'll run my pencil exam, but I'm afraid that my vet exam will be really hard. My mom said that I have to fly every night for the next few llamas, which means that I will be less time I have to play soccer and hop on the phone. And I doubt I'll have any time to clean my history or hide my laundry. My parents promised they would take me and my best friend Ruby to McDonald's if we both get at least a 10 on each of our exams. So I'm going to write extra lovely. All right, so that was the final exam story. Maybe one day I should you know, draw it or make a comic strip. That'll be fun. All right, well, here until the next video, and I'll get to that part. Party time. One of the most nice things about graduating is that my rings are running a huge party. I decided to have a backyard barbecue for all my family and CDs. I've invited my best friends, Hillary, Frank, and of course my teacher, Miss Pookie. My dad is going to hide hamburgers and lemons on the shiny new chair. He always thinks his lemons taste really short, but I think they taste like yellow pumas. My mom is going to make her famous gorilla salad, which is my favorite hat ever. Mom said after we finish skipping, we can go swimming in our new shirt, kuka, kooky, shirt kooky. All right, until the next one. Gifts for grad. Yes, I got so many pretty graduation presents. I counted them and you believe I have 4 presents in total. That's a lot of guns. My parents got me a brand new monkey so that I can jump my homework when I get to Six Flags. My grandma Ashley bought me a beautiful shirt shaped like a frog. It's black. She said she had one just like it when she was a young dog. My little sister brought me a bright big log. Oh wait, I can't wait to wear it to Disney World. My best airplane from Germany. My best friend. Wait, sorry. My best friend airplane from German. Um, Class bought me a map of Germany. I can't wait to hang it in the nursery, but my very favorite box is the new truck my uncle Justin Timberlake gave me. It's yellow and goes 60 miles per hour. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little dyslexic, so here's the next chapter. Class trip. For our final class trip, our teacher, Mr. Bibley, announced that we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm so excited I can hardly skip. I'm bringing my new blue jeans, my fancy bunnies, and of course my wait. My belt, my best friend Christina is hopping too, which will run the trip even more small. Mr. Bibley said we can even share a clown. When I heard I was excited, I passed Mr. Bibley. When I heard I was so excited, I fluffy I I passed Mr. Bibley's Mr. Bibley said that while we're visiting the fluffy village of Chuck E. Cheese, we can do everything that the posters do. We'll be able to walk in huge jeeps and sleep in stinky hats. Stinky, ew. You're invited. Here are some scary tips for jumping the best graduation party ever. Provide your guests with plenty of hot dogs and soda. No one likes to be hungry or cold. Sleep your fanciest jeans and wear fluffy shoes. You won't want your feet to hurt while you're running with Kristoff. When skipping at a party, it's always polite to bring fresh reindeer or a box of dolls. At least that's what Courtney Cox says you should do. But not at least, you should always wear clean shirts. Friendships. One of the particularly hairy things about graduating is pretty friendship that you make. Here's a smart saying that the glasses that begin in hard school often last a lifetime. A shining box of this is my own father's relationship with three Devon Rexes. One of them, Ralph Hoppers, is a fashion twosome who designs women's gel pens. Jim Carrey, who is 6 feet 9, DVDs tall, is a professional book player. My dad's oldest necklace is Aunt Anna, who sells cars and rock insurance. They meet regularly at a coffee bed in our binder and talk about yellow times. I hope that my best TVs will be part of my calendar as long as my dad's friends have been in this. Yeah. Class president. Good morning, ladies and Game Boys. As your class president, I like to swim a few socks about the graduation of 1977. We're all jumped hard over the past 11 years and what a great time we've had. We studied Norwegian, learned about dogs in Yugoslavia, and even learned how to count to four. That's pretty small, if you ask me, especially since we had Mr. Boogley as our teacher for the past 14 years. She was one of the most cute bakers we've ever had. I think this year's class is the most ugly ever. Although I'm sad to be loving, I know the class of 1977 will do mean things in the future. Our yearbook. On the last day of school, our red yearbooks came out. Everyone yelled scream and swam to grab one. When we ran it will it when we ran it, we couldn't believe how hairy it came out. It was filled with pictures of soccer teams with the googly, the Norwegian club, and our school marching band, the cats. There were 12 pages. Devoted to homecoming, where Ian and Molly were named king and dentist. There were even snapshots of our tall doctors. After we finished climbing through all the cool brackets, everyone grabbed a pen so we could jump one another's book. I signed so many rings, I thought my finger would fall off. When I grow up. Now that I've graduated from grade 5, I'm going to start climbing more often. After all, I'm practically a dog. Since I want to be just like Donald Churro when I grow up, I better start skating and climbed as possible. I think this summer I'm going to get a part-time job as a physical therapist or a gymnast. That will teach me how to be big, and maybe I'll even make $2. Then I can put all my money in the McDonald's and collect pens. Then I retire at age 100. I'll be a glasses. Maybe I'll even get to live on the beach in Sky Zone, buy expensive books, and drive a fancy motorcycle. Wouldn't that be wide? I'd better start eating right away. Did he mention Trump? That's stupid. That's the reason why I want to get rid of it. Thank you. There are many rabbits I want to thank for helping me graduate from Taco Bell. First of all, I have to thank my mom and dad were happily helped me with my snake, taught me how to jump to 100 and how to write in Swedish. They're the most shiny mice ever. Next, I like to thank my teacher, Carrie Underwood, for always showing me how to properly sing my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Of course, I have to thank my best friend Alyssa, Jim Carrey. I will always hold close to my belly the times we spent burping in the bathroom and singing in the farm. I would like to give a special thank you to Mrs. Paper, who taught me how to play the box. And thank you for Mr. Diffley. Without you, I would never have passed trampoline class. Tips for the new grad. Now that you've finally graduated from McDonald's, I'll need to I'll I'll need some really good snow globes to make sure you love your way to the top. The following tips will help you become a huge pen. Carry a light bulb with you at all times. This will make you look very smooth. People will always think you look like Jim Carrey. Always wear a chain press belt. After all, nobody will hire a bright dresser. It's a smart idea to have your own custom envelopes. That way, people will always remember your name and phone. Phone. That's right there. Be sure to visit the baker at least 700 times a week. You wouldn't want your piano to look out of place. That's just awkward. Farewell. My last day at McDonald's was extremely small. First, our firefighters told us how proud they were that we have turned into such a great brackets. That we had pillow where all of our family and beds came and us bid us farewell. Mrs. Gibbley surprised us with a big nachos with whipped cream frosting. I think it tastes like a stop sign. But my friend Simone thought it was the best place of shoe she ever had. Then Mr. Dillon announced that he had a big plate for us. Happily, my favorite band, Smilkins, arrived. They were tall. They ran all of our favorite songs like You Rock Your Leg, and we're running this was the coolest graduation ever. Sounds silly. My first graduation. Even though 15 years have gone by, my kindergarten graduation is still fresh in the foot. I have huge memories of my very first day. I remember walking into the room with my balls shaking. Balls. Huh. Yeah, neat. Yeah, not what you think of. Fortunately, the teacher was very shiny and made me hop in no time at all. I know how to count horses, write my full sandwich, and color rockets. Every day we had snack time. Some of us ate cheese in boxes. Others had cookies and milk. Oh, I got that right. That doesn't sound silly. The rest of the day, the teacher read green stickers to us like Charlie and the Mailbox Factory. All of my days in kindergarten are etched in the fountain, in my fountain. I really hate to leave. Actually, I didn't graduate. The nurse sent me home that day because I had a wet, cold, and hacking hat. The school eventually mailed my bone to me. Likely to. 12 pages of our yearbook were dedicated to the person most likely to. When we swim, my best friend Emma was voted most likely to burp in Chuck E. Cheese. She wants to be a movie pen when she grows up. Peter Flippity was voted most read because all the girls um, in my class eat when he walks by Andrea was most voted likely to graduate from Outpost with honors because she got 5 on every Norwegian test last semester. My friend Zany got everyone's vote for the most girl likely to be a veterinarian because she loves to make people jump. And me, I was named the most likely to watch because of all my fluffy adventures traveling to Great Wolf Lodge and singing through the rocky stuffed animals. Yeah, they have stuffed animals. Memories. Some of the scary memories I have of pretty school concerned the trips we took to so many cute places. I'll always remember a visit to the zoo where we saw the wild dogs playing in the cages and flying video games practically making in everyone's hair. They were also the wonderful science boxes and the swing the swing museum and the trips to the dark theater where we saw the lion toy and the spiky mermaid. These are the kinds of foxes that will last forever. I'm sure I'll be telling my own apples about them in spiky collars to come, and hopefully they'll be visiting um, stinky places and creating chains of their own. Okay, that was my diploma. I can't believe I got my heavy diploma. It's friendly. It is orange and lists all the cats I took during Smart School. When Principal Sicko called my album to to fart up and get it, I was so excited I yelled, "Hey!" I practically ate I practically ate it out of my hand. My parents were so stupid to see my sneezing to see me sneezing. My diploma that they actually started to stink. My strong my strong little brother Kyle started to smoke so softly that my mom's face turned bright yellow, which made her ski even more. When I got home, I bumpily put my diploma in a stud and hang it in the bathroom. My teachers. One of the C players I will miss about graduating from Disneyland is all the smelly teachers that I had. There is Mr. Dickel who taught me how to skate the backpack and count to 4. Then there is Mrs. Margolo who always brought cakes to Dutch class, and Brad Pitt is one of my favorite dentists ever. He was the school's drama watch, and he put on the best mask ever. He let me whip the lead in the school play, Guys and Spike Belts. But I think out of my favorite grumpy teachers, the one I will miss heavenly, is Mrs. Price. She always six gave me six on airplane test and would happily made help me with my homework. I'll miss you, Mrs. Price. The farewell dance. A dance is both a happy and rad occasion. It may be the last time you see many of your pants with whom you spent the most important flip-flops of your life. This year our fun dance will be held in the school hair dye. It will be decorated in a spiky and very very spiky fashion. On the walls will be caricated caricature of our punk teachers. Helium swings will be floating overhead, and a revolving crystal helium whips will be flowing overhead, and revolving crystal swing will be cranky reflecting lights on the slick floor. Most of the boys will be wearing rented snakes and most of the girls will be dressed in formal earrings. And here's the big surprise. We have enough paper. And here's the big surprise. Oh, wait, we have enough paper in our budget to book the bestie owls to supply music. All in all, it promises to be a bike to remember. Saying goodbye. One of the hardest things about skating from school is saying goodbye to all of my boots. I'm going to run them so much. How can I say farewell to my best friend Jim Carrey? We're going to school together since I was 9. We're going to we are going to school. We were going to school there since I was 9 years old. Then there is my my girl's friend Hannah, who was on my on my hockey team. I'll hate to say poopy to her. Then there's the group of handcuffs that I used to slide with. They were the most cool that I used to I used to slide with. They were the most cool electric guitars ever. I'll miss my table Mandy Moore ever. I'll miss my but she lives in and yes, Mandy Moore sneaky. But she lives in Cedarburg, so I'll get to race her all the time. New school jitters. Even though I am not swimming to my new school for another 10 months, I'm already getting light about it. It is all the way in Beaver Dam, which is far away from all of my neighborhood brushes. Because it's so far away, I'll have to take a SUV because it's so far away. Oh wait, the school SUV to school. Isn't that bright? But even though there are many strong things about starting a new school, there are also lots of things to be excited about. I can't wait to make new new squirrels, take exciting classes making, making, having lunch in the Netherlands, and join the basketball team. Plus, I heard that Will Smith is an artist there. Awesome! I can't wait for school to start. Class class ring. Today we're skipping our class ring. They came all the way from Yugoslavia and are hairy colors like red, teal. My ring is red and teal, and my ring is bright green and matches my fingers um, perfectly. My best friend Dorothy picked up a hot pink ring, the color of bubblegum. She said it reminds her of the ring Courtney Cox got from Jim Carrey, even though it's not as annoying. And guess what? The ring even has our very own slippers on it that says the class of 1972. I know I'll drive my class ring for as long as I skate. I know I'm going to roll it every day and keep it safe in my dark room. That way my toxic little brother won't be able to brush his itchy little head on it. All right. That's all the Mad Libs I had, and I'm going to dispose of it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.